fan favorites used to play on the USA national team as we get underway. And so we'll be seeing a lot of her on the floor, as well as Becky Dobson, who is also a former USA Women's team member. And there's a shot that goes a little wide of Katrina Hill. Now, if Becky Dobson sounds familiar from this weekend, she plays in the Philadelphia division in Tier 2. So she's having a very busy weekend as the Cavalry try to go on the attack, and that's steered away by Hill. But the fan favorites the other way. Will be sent into the left corner, but the Cavalry will get there first. It'll be sent back down as both teams make a change. Fan favorites gain the zone, tries to look for a shot, and yes, Emily Badger is back in the net for the Cavalry. And it's sent back down the floor, and an icing against the Cavalry. Now, if you've seen Becky Dobson in yesterday's show, she has been an aggressive runner. She attacks the net. And we'll see if she applies the same strategy with Lancaster. The Cavalry win this draw, but the attempted clear gets blocked. Kept in at the line, looking for a shot that gets steered into the corner. Cavalry back the other way, and an offside as they cross the line a little too early. So once again, some standing implications as far as this division. If the Cavalry win this game, they will move up to number 3. And with the Deck Queen's loss, it gives an opening for the Bobcats to take the number 1 spot as a shot steered into the corner. The shot from Alexandra Janley. And the shot stopped by Badger, and she'll hang on.
Over there, ladies.
So the first shot of the game comes off the corner. That was Eileen Falchetta. And she was just sitting right there looking for a rebound opportunity. There have been a few of those in the previous game, but Badger pretty much got it under control to secure the win as the Cavalry chip it into the left corner and is covered by Jen Corsilli. Out it goes, sent around by Laybolt. Centers up in the slot, can't get a shot off and get some help. The shot gets blocked. Back it goes. Shuttleworth went all the way back to the point, but could not get to Ashby. At the center line, it'll be sent down the floor, around and over for the fan favorites. Laybolt again. Now gets cut off by Jen Corsilli. Corsilli again. And now moving in is the forecheck. And there's an attempted shot, and that's blocked. Along the right boards. We'll just slap one in front of the crease, and Hill will poke it away. Ashby picks it up, trying to throw back across, but it is picked up by the fan favorites. Down the floor, and Megan Brushea had almost got there, but the Cavalry will restart the attack. In front of the fan favorite bench. They gain the line on the high circle. Nice shot, and they get steered away by Hill.
That's good.
There's Starbuck.
Fill in.
Can't cross. Here's a shot, and off the glove of Hill. and into the left corner. It's Monahan, who scored a hat trick in the previous game. Behind the net, looking for a wraparound, not available. But it gets poked back into the left corner. Seems like the Cavalry is continuing that pressure they put on the Deck Queens in the previous game. Monahan centers up, shot, and a save by Hill! Off the tip. Oh, the Cavalry almost converted one there. But here's a one-on-one. Had a potential breakaway, but the Cavalry had the change going and at just the right time. Leah Davis in the left corner for the fan favorites. Centers up. Off a stick and back to the corner again. Over to Becky Dobson. She goes down, but we continue on. And almost back to Starbuck, who puts it on the net and covered by Badger.
There you go. Good job.
So, yeah, Becky Dobson is very familiar with playing a physical game. But here's the chance on the other end. There's the one-timer, and was trying to look for the near post, but not quite what they wanted. It was a good chance by Tyson Lachlan Hickey as they throw a shot on net and stopped by Badger.
Yeah. It was loose right there.
And look at that, Becky Dobson once again. Just like I said before, attacking the net. Just like she did in yesterday's games. And the fan favorites in control again.
They find the ball.
Off the end boards. Spins around. Dobson again. Centers up. Connects with Bilger, and a shot goes into the end boards. Centers up again and misfires. Save by Badger. Rebound. Another save. Badger continues to impress in the net, carrying over from the earlier game. As Kat Finley was sitting right there. There's another save. Second chance. Save by Badger. That was 4 to 5 saves that she had to make. First, the one-timer comes out aggressive. The rebound came loose. She gets back up in time, gets that one. Third attempt coming. Lost control of that one for a moment. But here's another shot that goes wide. Dobson draws out the net, and they score!
5 from 34.
Becky Dobson!
Number 5 from number 34.
Will get her third of the season. Dobson is one of the more experienced runners and just draws out Badger. And then goes to the backhand.
All right, ladies, here we go.
Now, I do notice that the style of play that Emily Badger plays, she plays aggressive in her net. She tried to dive out, but you can't give up too many rebounds, especially against Becky Dobson. But in this case, it was just skill on Dobson's part, drawing her out of the net. And I see Cavalry looking to change the story here, being pushed out by Label. From the right corner, now up to Monahan. Turns it over. To the corner again. Fighting for it is Haley Bookwalter. Pressure, and then the fan favorites get it back. Good pressure by Claire Van Til. Now tries to center, and the low slot is interrupted. Attempted clear, and the Cavalry will get it out. And a delayed offside forces them to come back. Label trying to gain the zone, unable. Here come the fan favorites. It's a shot on the net and steered away by Badger.
Yeah, she is from.
Now on the left corner. Centers up and taken away. Back to the point again and tipped on net, and Badger with a big save.
Hand, good.
And off of a stick, it stays in. Back to the left corner. And Lauren Ashby for the Cavalry. 3-on-2. Right circle shot. Rebound attempt. Still losing the slot. And coming out to cover is Hill. Well, the Cavalry is giving a pushback on that 3-on-2. They try to generate a rebound there. They definitely had a chance in the slot, but can't get there. Looking for Casey Fogel.
All right, Nate. Goalie, good. Down.
Back to the Cavalry again. Shot gets blocked and picked up by Alexis Tarantino. But it is kept in by the Cavalry on the right circle. Tries to center one up. That's blocked. Fan favorites the other way. 3-on-1. Tarantino with the shot. Glove save by Badger. Certainly had room. But Badger follows that shot. But why don't you take a look at Badger's stick? She has the vintage style with the air holes in the blade. You don't see a lot of goalies using that anymore. And it goes back behind the net. I mean, those sticks are still available. They're usually the ones where you can change the head of the stick.
If you notice, some of the girls are playing with sticks.
And it's the Cavalry back the other way. Will be chipped down the floor. McGowan attempting to restart for the fan favorites, and now off the right boards. Cleared away by Starbuck, but the Cavalry push back. Off the boards, tries a one-timing shot, and that is whiffed on. Back on the right boards again. Right circle again, turn around, that's blocked. Thinking about it, watching the double team. Try to look for a tip, pops up in the air, and Hill will make the cover. There's 38 seconds remaining in the first period. Becky Dobson with the only goal so far.
How many times it's fell through a goalie? Yeah.
But the Cavalry have definitely made a push. They've had plenty of chances at the net.
38, ladies. Here we go. Goalie good. Stick down.
It's not quite the same result they've been getting in their previous game, but it's not to say that it hasn't been a great effort. And maybe a chance the other way. Breakaway for the fan favorites. Here's a shot. Score! Leah Davis. Excuse me, that is... Excuse me, that's Rebecca Vale. Rebecca Vale will get her second of the season.
36-28-5.
Just a lot of room, and just beats
Miss Pink Stick.
Badger 5-hole.
Here we go.
So Rebecca Vale makes it a 2-0 game for the fan favorites. And that one pops in the air off the glove of Badger, comes right back at the high slot. One going down, tied up in the slot, looking for a call. They're not going to get it. That'll be off the boards in the circle. And there is the period. So a late goal by Rebecca Vale makes it a 2-0 game, along with the help of Becky Dobson, who has the first goal. Now you see that the guy in front of us just going down the stairs. That's our cameraman, Joey Delgado. And he asked our commissioners for a little favor, TJ Janis and Gianni San Rocco, taking care of his pet Rocky Road. So thanks to them.
Girls literally shadowing Becky the whole time.
Yeah, she was like wrapped around the leg. And Becky said, "What are you doing?"
So with the fan favorites with a 2-0 lead. Again, I like how the Cavalry have been playing.
We're
Come out.
But
we coming out.
it just hasn't gone their way this time around. I mean, based on how they've been playing in this game and the previous game.
We've already done that over the years. We've been doing this way too long.
I mean, I'm frankly surprised that they haven't gotten higher in the standings based on how they've played.
I got one in my pocket, bro.
They've been getting opportunities. They've been getting their tip-ins. They've been getting their one-timers. And keep in mind that this is also with a goalie that they don't normally have in their roster. So the fan favorites looking to stay in the number 3 position. The Cavalry looking to take that number 3.
One way to lose weight if you want.
As it currently stands in the division, the Debt Queens, despite their loss, still in first place. But the Bobcats have an opening to take over that number 1 spot before the playoffs begin.
Hey, you good, goal?
Got a new friend,
Shades, you okay? Okay. Hey, goalie, good?
As we wait for Badger to come back into... Sorry, that we are back underway in the second period. They do have Badger back in the net. She's on the other side, actually. There she is. And back along and through neutral and back the other way. As we look at both goalies, fan favorites is throwing it forward and down the floor and just gets into the stick of Suzanne Starbuck, who has yet to get on the board so far. Becky Dobson off the end boards and now throw one towards Badger and into the opposite corner. From the right circle, shot and a save by Badger. The Cavalry trying to get their attack going again. Does cross the line and the fan favorites force a tag. Jan Crisili will just throw it down to the right corner and the Cavalry will be able to get their attack started. On the opposite corner. And moving in, it's the number 3, Alexander Jalil, and that one is stopped by Badger. Picked up again on the right circle and thrown into the opposite corner. Eileen Falchetta. Stripped of the ball, but gets it right back. And back over to Janley. High slot. Running into a little bit of trouble. Gets away for a moment. Here's a shot. Didn't get all of it, but Badger makes a stop anyway. And out it goes. No icing. So the fan favorites forced to get the ball back, and now here they come again. John Lee will just throw it back down, and the Cavalry will get their attack started again. Laybolt trying to cross over, turns it over in the offensive zone, and picked up by Catherine McGowan. Badger will leave it, and the Cavalry coming back the other direction. Laybolt trying to get there, but doesn't quite have the speed to beat Catherine McGowan.
That's it, ladies. Find the ball.
Alexis Tarantino,
Good job.
who we interviewed earlier. If Laybolt trying to set her one up and almost made the connection. Now throws another one on just wide. And now another chance. That gets blocked by Tarantino. And now here come the fan favorites, but turned over at neutral. Back to Laybolt. Centers and can't connect. And the fan favorites trying to get their attack restarted, but the Cavalry with the forecheck that we saw earlier today. Doesn't work this time. Now stretches to center.
Good.
Over to
That's
Monahan.
That's in.
Monahan thinking about it. Now will try to drive it herself. Right circle shot in that one, just a little wide of Hill. Now they bump on the boards. To a wide open area. And a shot coming from Ashby and didn't get all of it. As that will be sent out of play. This will stay inside the fan favorite zone.
Here you go, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So 6:02 remaining. The fan favorites still leading 2-0. The goals from Becky Dobson
Hey,
and
Orange.
Rebecca Vale.
Thank you. Goal, here we go.
Won by the Cavalry. Monahan. Back of the point. Back to Monahan with a shot, and that one stopped by Hill. Rebound attempt, and Hill with a save down low. If they were looking to get a tip in, you see the number 84, Maura Shuttleworth, waiting for an opportunity. Didn't quite get the bounce her way. As the fan favorites make their change.
All right, Orange, here we go.
And it's won by the fan favorites.
No, pass it to Chelsea. Pass it to
It is
Chelsea.
Rebecca Vale, one of the goal scorers for the fan favorites. And thrown right out toward the blue line. They collide.
Just a clear. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a case of two players trying to go for the ball at the same time as Badger gets it away and denies a breakaway opportunity. Kat Finley gains the zone one more time, but the Cavalry strip the ball away. Along the right boards, the glove down by Monahan. And now maybe a chance on a breakaway. And a shot saved by Hill, and she'll cover. Well, she didn't have much room to work with being on the left side of the rink, but that's an opportunity you'll take every single time. Shuttleworth did what she could, but at that angle, you don't have all the room you can get.
Here, come over this way. There we go.
Fan favorites win the draw. It'll be sent around. Getting pestered by the back check. And now here they come, 2-on-1 possibly. Get some room, and they score!
5:28.
What a day for Becky Dobson. That is her second of the game.
I got you, boss. I got her. Good job, Chris.
And that is the style of game she plays. Attack the net, and once again, Badger trying to get aggressive, but it does not work this time. As
Come on, girls. 6 on the ground.
yeah, that
I think you know
speed
what it is. He's a
now
dancer
comes into
as well.
play,
He's a great dancer.
and a 3-0 lead for the fan favorites. Genley will attempt to send it down, gets blocked at the blue line. Now the Cavalry trying to get a response. Little slip by Jamie Hirth.
No ice, ladies.
As they'll be back into the Cavalry zone off the boards. Turn it over to Genley with a shot gloved down by Badger and a face-off. So a very simple shot. And there was definitely room for an option. But Badger will definitely take the simple wrist shot over the one-time opportunity. And the Cavalry still scoreless after that performance that we saw earlier against the Deck Queens, winning 7-1. They're trying to repeat what they did as Shuttlesworth goes off the side of the net.
There we go.
Held at the blue line, thrown right back down toward the right corner. Centers up. And off a foot. Didn't quite go the way they wanted. Back and forth. And it'll be sent right back toward the center line, but a good hand-eye coordination will keep that play alive. Off the boards to Becarer. The fan favorites still giving the Cavalry a hard time, even in their own zone. Still trying to find an opening, and the Cavalry have been trying to look for a lane. Goes off a foot and could not get a shot. As that got away, as that will go right back toward the blue line, and the fan favorites will clear. The Cavalry just sent it right back. They were in the middle of the change, and it's going to be an icing, which will make things interesting since they just had a change. We'll see if any of the refs are going to make them come back. So we approach 2 minutes remaining in the second period.
Yeah, that's good.
And our microphones picked up Kathleen Hill saying that she's too hot to stand. We've already mentioned the hot temperatures here in New Jersey, and it gets even worse for the goaltenders with all that padding. So we'll see if that becomes a factor as the Cavalry try to take advantage of an attack. The good news is that they're close to the intermission. She'll have the water break coming up. As the shot from the circle, that's stopped by Hill. You see Catherine McGowan trying to clear it away. Wraparound attempt, and that is stopped by Hill. And a good opportunity by Monahan.
You got Matt. Look at this guy.
Trying to get quick on her feet, but does not work out this time. They're still trying to find a way. They've had it done before. And now attempted shot from Ashby gets blocked, and out it goes. And chased down by the number 10, Kathleen Kozinski. And the Cavalry do regain control. Pops up, does cross the line. Will be tracked down by McGowan. Now we'll send it forward to Kozinski. Back to Rebecca Vale. But the Cavalry send it back down. Look out, maybe a chance, but they won't get an opportunity as that reaches Hill. And that would have been a big opportunity for the Cavalry, but that was just a little too far to handle.
It's a good thing Willie's died.
As we approach the second intermission, fan favorites lead 3-0. 2 goals from Becky Dobson, 1 from Rebecca Vale, as that face-off goes into the corner. They will just clear the zone. Will they be able to beat the icing? Well, there is the whistle. It did cross the goal line, despite that Badger touched it, but it was behind the goal line. So this will be all the way back down. 58 seconds remaining in the second period. And the Cavalry would preferably like to get a goal before the period ends.
That's why I didn't blow it dead.
They do win the draw. But moving in is Vale. Will push it towards the Cavalry bench. And now Findlay giving him a hard time. And McGowan attempting to clear out again. I think they'll be content with just winding down the clock. He'll be back to McGowan. Another attempt to clear, and again, the back check and giving them a hard time. Less than 30 remaining in the second period.
But you still can't change on the ice. Mostly
Back around to Vale, who has her second goal of the season, which will now put her up to 2 points. Now drop pass, a one-timer that goes into the glove of Badger, as we will have time for another draw. 7 seconds left. As the Cavalry are trying to find that offensive magic they've had an hour ago.
All right, give me that score. There we go.
Off the draw, Dobson getting tied up. Will they get a shot? It rolls in! It beats the buzzer, and I think this will be Dobson's goal. Let's see. Did that hit anything on the way?
5 on the goal.
Oh, my goodness. It hit the post and spun into the net. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, look at the English on that ball. And Badger tried using the stick, but it just went between the wickets. So that will become a hat trick for Becky Dobson.
Oh, Mr. Matt, the coach, has the clipboard out.
So she now has 5 goals, which will put her up to 6 points. So with that, the fan favorites now have a 4-0 lead, and Becky Dobson scores the hat trick. And we still have a whole period to go.
It's about to rain, you know, because I'm here with Ruben.
And we are watching the goalies. They're now getting their water break. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, Katrina Hill was mentioning that it was getting difficult to stand because of the heat.
She chipped it away from Chelsea.
Like it's bad enough with the heat for the runners, but when you're wearing the heavy pads, yeah, it adds weight. It traps that body heat. But they are given the opportunity to rest for now, but they will have to come back out for one more period. And don't forget that both of these teams do still play another game. And right now the temperature is at 80 degrees, the heat index at 82. I mean, which doesn't sound that bad, but you have to consider that they're running. Yeah, the rink temperature is at 91 degrees. Because you also have to consider that with the sun hitting the deck, that it heats up those tiles, which makes it even more difficult. I mean, like I said, 80 degrees on a normal day anywhere else sounds like it's warm, but it's manageable. But when you're running a whole hour game, that accumulates. And again, these teams, and by the way, there is no wind to help out with that. As we get underway in the third period, as the Cavalry is looking to turn things around. And it's back over to Label, who will throw it into the right corner. Trying to look for some help from her defense. And it's a battle in the corner. Looking for Lauren Ashby. And now it's back to center. Will cross the line, and the fan favorites forced to tag. They come in again on the attack, the fan favorites. Liz Kramathel for Carthamel. On the right boards, it's a roadblock. Van Til trying to push through, and it is kept in by Jen Quasili. Cavalry need to score an early goal to relieve that pressure. And it's going to be off the boards, and Ashby will cross the line, and the fan favorites once again tag up. Off the boards again, and the Cavalry have got to find a way to transition, because this is winding down precious time that they need to come down from the 4-goal deficit. And a turnover doesn't help matters as Badger makes a save. There's another shot that glances off of Badger as well. Ashby trying to clear around the boards, kept in by Van Til, and that will be thrown into the left corner. And picked up again by Janley. Holding the line again, throws one off of Badger and into the right corner. 2 minutes gone in the third period. Over to the left, and maybe a chance for the Cavalry that pops up in the air, coming from Tyson Lachlan Hickey. Now they tie up behind. They're still battling for it. No one willing to move, and the ref says that's enough. We're going to have a face-off. You got no one wanted to move from there. But if you're the fan favorite, that's what you want. You want to kill more time. As they set up for the draw again. Fan favorites win this one, as they are now that much closer to at least holding on to the number 3 position. So it's thrown into the right corner now behind the net. Battle for positioning. It was picked up by Mekki, and it'll be thrown across. Nobody there to tip it in. Now to the slide, and that shot gets deflected into the fence. And here's another shot, and that one gets deflected into the left corner. Now the Cavalry just can't seem to find any lanes. They do find one that reaches Hill, who will just steer behind the net. And now here's a shot, and that one's steered away by Hill again. Well, now they're getting to the net. But they need to get one in the back of the net. And now here's a shot, and that gets deflected. Now the pressure starts to build for the Cavalry. Right circle shot, steered away. Back to Monahan. Centers up off a stick. It got blocked on the pass. The Cavalry still trying to keep that pressure on as Julia Walton, excuse me, that is Haley Bookwalter, sent it down. Back to the right corner again. The Cavalry cycling out their defense. Here's a shot and a save by Hill. They had possession for over a minute. They have stayed in the offensive zone since. Thrown around the boards. Tries to center one up. Shot! Looking for Tevin Hill with a big save!
There you go.
Yeah, it comes from the right corner, and yeah, the Cavalry are in the middle of the change. It got deflected off of someone. It may have gone off of Fogel. And so it'll be back to the right corner. Thrown back towards the neutral zone. And now the fanfare's the other way, 2-on-1. but pressure to the outside. Back behind the net. Looking for some room. Shot and they score!
36-5.
Rebecca Vale gets her second, and it's a 5-0 game. And that came at a wide angle, and there's a lot of traffic on the near post, and that had to be a screen. There was no way she was going to see that one.
Oh, there's one more in. Yeah. Oh, me?
So the fan favorites now have a 5-0 lead. And Kat Findlay will now play it back over to Rebecca Vale, who now has 2. Centers for Dobson. She has a hat trick. Behind the net. And back to the center line. And it's pushed across the line. Priscilli waits for the team to tag. And now it goes up to the right boards. Drop pass by Findlay. Dobson back to Findlay. Gets tied up. And back to Vale. Vale back to Dobson with a turnaround shot. Pops up. Back over to Findlay. Back to the point. Sent in by Corsilli. Shot gets blocked. Escaping is Dobson. And Badger comes out to poke it away. And a collision away from the play. And no call. We continue. Shot and a save by Badger. As the fan favorites now putting pressure on. They're not going to settle with 5. And that will be sent down the floor. The fan favorites will get a change. And now here's Dobson. Throws one on and just high of the net. And Falchetta looking for help, was looking for Hirth. Janley tries to cross over, blocked. But Janley with a block on the clearing attempt. Turns around. Hirth sent it to the right corner. But the Cavalry attempting to clear the zone. And it will be icing against the Cavalry with less than 3 remaining. And it's looking like the fan favorites are going to hold on to number 3 for now. But here's the save off of Dobson. And again, it's that aggressive style of play. Badger just loves to just dive out. And shot and covered up by Badger. So they go straight to the draw, and the Cavalry not looking all that great as far as her chances of coming back, as that does come back for icing. Less than 3 remaining. Although technically possible, it is very slim that there would be a comeback. Yes, the fan favorites do win this draw, but it goes into the right corner. Picked up by Hirth. Centers up, backhand. It's blocked. Second chance off the glove of Badger. Try to center up. The pass is blocked. From behind the goal line. Trying to get across the center line, but the fan favorites retain control. Just continuing to wind down that clock. Back over through the center. And now Label will just send it down the floor. And Bilger from behind the goal line as they just continue to wind the clock. But they do ice this one and will be coming back into the fan favorite zone. But it's not really going to be a big factor at this point. So with this, the fan favorites will earn 3 points out of this. We'll go up to 11. Still 1 point behind the South Jersey Bobcats. This would also get the fan favorites a chance to get to first place if the cards fall in the right place. As it'll be tied up in the left corner. As everyone is just trying to finish off strong here. Again, both these teams still have games to play today, which will determine the seeding for the playoffs next month. Back on their own circle, and now the Cavalry just want to try at least get something on the board. And it's a game where they're on the other side of the script, but they still had an impressive win over the Atlantic City Deck Queens as it's sent down the floor, picked up and shot by Kozinski into the left corner. Starbuck is on the left circle. They just dig for it. The fan favorites will be moving up on points, but will still remain at number 3 for the time being, pending on the remainder of the games. Dobson on the right corner, centers up, and a shot, and that steered wide. From below the goal line again. And with that, the last seconds tick off the clock. And the Lancaster fan favorites come out with the win, 5-0.